see your war face.
Sir!
You got a war face? Ah! That's a war face. Now let me see your war face.
Ah!
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the most impactful war films that aren't just set during a conflict, but also focus on battles and/or combats.
All right, we'll be with the generals at headquarters. From now on, you're on your own, so take off and good luck.
Let's go!
Number 30, Stalingrad.
Feldmann, jetzt können Sie den Mist mit Ihrem Schuss wieder gut machen. Sie wollen doch, dass Ihre Frau stolz auf Sie sein kann, wenn Sie wieder nach Hause kommen.
This movie is great at making you feel lost in World War II, but it's even better at making you feel cold. Stalingrad follows German soldiers during a bitter period of fighting. The film asks you to confront serious moral questions with desperate men doing terrible things.
Du wirst doch deinem Hauptmann nichts tun, oder, Rolea? Komm schon her!
Jawohl, Hauptmann.
Their view of the war and fighting slowly deteriorates over time. With morale at an all-time low, the platoon struggles to stay loyal with ruthless leaders and dwindling supplies. It's a visceral experience that's just nothing short of brutal. While the story depicts a different side of the conflict, it still includes plenty of unforgettable images. Number 29, Gallipoli.
There's only one reason why I haven't knocked you down, mate. What? Because I don't feel like carrying you to the next bloody waterhole. Now shut up and don't open your yap about the war again.
Back in Mel Gibson's early career, he made this war film with director Peter Weir. The story explores the Australian point of view during World War I, combining adventure and tragedy. The young men grow up fast in this grounded depiction of combat.
So I want you to go out there this morning, and short of actually killing them, show them the stuff the infantry is made of!
Archie and Frank join up unaware of the true sacrifice war might entail. Weir showcases the Gallipoli campaign, warts and all, with astonishing visuals to sell each battle. It all builds to a climax that's incredibly heartbreaking. In showing a distinct perspective of the Great War, this film provides an engaging glimpse into early 20th century warfare.
The thing I can't stand about you, mate, is you're always so bloody cheerful.
Number 28, The Battle of Algiers.
Algérien, ton devoir est de sauver ton pays et de lui rendre la liberté. Sa victoire sera la tienne.
Rather than focusing on a typical battlefield, this movie takes an in-depth look at urban warfare. It's a stirring depiction of the Algerian War from both sides. While the French forces take drastic measures, their guerrilla targets fight back with civilian lives on the line. It's a shocking exploration of occupation, revolts, and violence.
À mon tour maintenant de poser la question. La France doit-elle rester en Algérie? Si vous répondez encore oui, vous devez en accepter toutes les conséquences nécessaires.
Walking away from the movie, you'll likely have a strong opinion about the true cost of war. You don't need to understand the conflict to feel the weight of it all. As tensions grow, the FLN makes major decisions to win back territory. The director, Gillo Pontecorvo, makes you feel like you're watching a gripping documentary with piercing drama.
Écoutez, si vous continuez comme ça, je ne voudrais pas me trouver à votre place quand vous serez pris. Nous allons vous capturer en fin de compte, et vous le savez aussi bien que moi.
Number 27, The Dirty Dozen. It's a squad filled with the ultimate anti-heroes. A group of ragtag prisoners become commandos, training for a deadly mission in enemy territory.
You killed a man because he shoved you? Well, I'm shoving. Now, come on, let me have it.
Stick him!
Posey, I'm talking to you. Give it to me, Posey, or I'm going to shove you right through the wall.
Come on, Posey, give it to him. Come on!
Lee Marvin's gruff Major Reisman helps them become an elite fighting force in an entertaining journey. With an anti-establishment streak, this movie likes to keep you on your toes. Some war games and exercises lead to the big mission everyone has been waiting for.
You let my 12 men act as an independent unit attached to the opposing force. And they'll knock out Breed's headquarters and Catcher's entire staff.
That I'd like to see.
In the best part of the movie, The Dirty Dozen mixes spy work, tension, and then some exciting action. The legendary cast is put to good use here, with audiences wondering who will survive. Number 26. Bravehearts.
I am William Wallace.
William Wallace is 7 feet tall.
Yes, I've heard. Kills men by the hundred. And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse.
For this Oscar-winning film, director and star Mel Gibson turns one of Scotland's heroes into a screen legend. Braveheart charts the 13th century war for Scottish independence. With the courageous spirit of William Wallace, Scottish forces fight against King Edward I.
I will invade England and defeat the English on their own ground.
Invade? That's impossible.
Why? Why is that impossible?
The dramatized plot includes several historical face-offs and notable names. With its epic storytelling, the movie traces the hard-fought journey through many battlefields. Wallace's spirit extends from incredible charges to sword fights. All the while, the hero's singular mission leads him to his famous last word. Gibson's work is arguably the reason many non-Scots know this story now. Number 25. Black Hawk Down. From the beginning, Ridley Scott's film feels like an urgent and enthralling piece of work.
Look, boys, be careful. No one gets left behind.
What's wrong? Nothing! Just never done that before!
Black Hawk Down follows the events surrounding the Battle of Mogadishu, with political tensions in Somalia. American forces face a tense mission that not everyone survives. You might recognize many famous actors in this eclectic ensemble.
Can't go back up there. Thomas, everyone feels the same way you do. All right? It's what you do right now that makes a difference.
Guided by Scott's skilled direction, the cast play a group of fierce soldiers. They fight to defend each other against overwhelming odds in one compelling scene after another. From a helicopter standoff to the final battle, the nail-biting conflict plays out in well-staged action.
You don't think we should be here?
You know what I think? It don't really matter what I think.
Number 24. Patton.
What about the Americans? Don't they need a hero too?
Do you have anybody in mind, George?
This movie might be best known for its iconic opening. Right off the bat, this film puts General George S. Patton front and center. George C. Scott portrays the ornery officer in a career-defining role.
We have the finest food and equipment, the best spirit, and the best men in the world.
Through speeches and battle scenes, the full depth of the character comes through. He's a brilliant military mind that can't always control himself.
Please inform him that I do not care to drink with him or any other Russian son of a...
While watching this movie, you might wonder how he kept his job. It's a rare look into a complicated man during one of America's finest hours. You also get to see Scott at the top of his game, delivering a commanding performance in the midst of a pivotal conflict.
I'm gonna personally shoot that paper-hanging son of a...
Number 23. The Last of the Mohicans.
You call yourself a patriot and loyal subject to the crown?
Do not call myself subject to much at all.
Better known for his crime movies like Heat, Michael Mann also did solid work in this book adaptation. He takes the James Fenimore Cooper tale and makes it believable.
I thought all our colonial scouts were in the militia. The militia is fighting the French in the north.
I ain't your scout. You sure ain't in no damn militia.
With Daniel Day-Lewis as the hero, The Last of the Mohicans takes viewers to the 18th century with lots of authentic period details. Hawkeye finds himself caught up in the French and Indian War.
This belt, which is a record of the days of my father's people, speaks for my truth.
Vous parlez poisson. Avec l'autre allons for sure.
While the era might not seem fascinating to some, Mann stages terrific action scenes with an artistic flair. Day-Lewis heads up an impressive cast that includes Madeline Stowe and Wes Studi as the formidable Magua. The unflinching battles across various settings build to a memorable cliffside duel. Number 22. The Longest Day.
Your assignment tonight is strategic.
You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
Before films like Saving Private Ryan, The Longest Day set out to depict the events of D-Day. This includes bringing in an all-star cast of Hollywood legends and soon-to-be icons like Sean Connery.
You hear that, but Jesus, Dunkirk? Did you hear it, Clough? Sure, he was still at school at the time.
It covers the operation from multiple perspectives, with glimpses into both the Allied and Axis response. This includes following everything from the paratrooper landings to the beaches of Normandy. It's a grand-scale adventure with epic sequences, telling the stories of many heroic soldiers that helped to take back France.
Major Lance sent me to try and contact you, sir. He wants your permission to pull back and regroup outside of town.
No, damn it. We came here to take Saint-Miraglisse. We're gonna take it and hold it.
Steven Spielberg might have topped this project, but the latter still stands up as a thrilling experience. Number 21. Come and See. If there ever was a movie you could call anti-war, this would be it. L.M. Klimov's harrowing film traces a rarely seen front of World War II.
Главное их оружие — страх. Превратить тебя в раба, в насекомое и раздавить.
Flyora makes his way through Belarusian battlefields and villages, with the German occupying forces around the corner. He eventually comes face to face with pure evil. Klimov has no easy answers here, choosing to depict the crimes against humanity with a nightmarish gaze. The young actor Alexei Kravchenko gives an incredible performance as a boy that grows up too fast. Set pieces include the terrifying church sequence, featuring an uncensored take on the horrors of war. You definitely won't forget this experience anytime soon.
Number 20. All Quiet on the Western Front. It speaks volumes that Eric Maria Remarque's 1929 novel, All Quiet on the Western Front, has such an outstanding batting average when it comes to cinematic adaptations. 3 separate film versions of Remarque's piece have been lauded by cinephiles and critics. The first from 1930, a second in 1979, and the most recent in 2022.
Vous avez 72 heures pour accepter nos conditions.
Geben Ihnen 72 Stunden, unsere Bedingungen zu akzeptieren. Sie sind nicht zu verhandeln. 72 Stunden.
The source material remains the same, a harrowing account of wartime idealism that descends into disillusionment. All Quiet on the Western Front is told from the perspective of a German soldier. But make no mistake, none of these adaptations glorify war. Instead, the sentiment here is very much the opposite. The intense sights and sounds vividly bring home to the viewer the horrors of combat. Number 19. Glory.
Congratulations. I ain't sure I'm wanting this, girl.
Here's a question. How much does historical accuracy mean when making a nonfiction film? Okay, now how about a war film specifically? Glory is one of those well-regarded efforts that's extremely well made and compelling. It's also been showcased often to students at the high school level, despite questions of inaccuracies with regard to its content.
Oh, I see. So the white man give you a couple of stripes, next thing you know, you hollering, ordering everybody around like you the master himself. You ain't nothing but the white man's dog.
This, of course, takes nothing away from the impactful messages behind Glory, nor the quality of its performances. This dramatized tale of a real African-American regiment during the American Civil War succeeds on an emotional level, rather than a rational one. This is no insult. Glory is absolutely worth a watch. Number 18. Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World.
To Lord Nelson?
To Lord Nelson.
To Lord Nelson.
War films, though dealing with the past, will always be with us as society progresses into the future. Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, may not be a title that one immediately associates with this genre, but the Napoleonic setting is just one of the elements that help make it unique.
Their greed will be their downfall. England is under threat of invasion. And though we be on the far side of the world, this ship is our home.
Russell Crowe presents a powerful performance as Jack Aubrey, a fictional British Navy man who rises in the ranks to Rear Admiral. His friendship with co-star Paul Bettany takes a central place within the film's narrative, but the action set pieces also ensure that Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, retains a thrilling atmosphere.
Thank you.
Huzzah for Captain Pullings! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah!
Number 17. Tora Tora Tora.
I'd sooner form my own opinion. Don't anticipate hostile action.
Perspective can be everything when it comes to crafting a well-actualized war epic. Tora 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 from 1970 tells the story of Pearl Harbor by utilizing American and Japanese directors to each side's stories. This dedication to accuracy and impartiality ensures that Tora 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 endures. It also remains a bold move for the time, since 1970 was only 25 years removed from the end of World War II. Tora 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 could have easily descended into flag-waving and grandstanding, but the film instead mulls over the tragedy from all sides. The film ends up being more successful overseas than in North America, but don't let this dissuade you from exploring what Tora 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 has to offer its audiences. Number 16, 1917.
All I'm saying is that we wait. Yes, you would say that because it's not your brother, is it?
There will probably never be a shortage of World War II era films presented to moviegoers, but more recent years have seen a welcome shift in focus. Author H.G. Wells may have erroneously claimed World War I to be the war that will end war, but this tragic conflict has seen a recent rise in serious-minded appraisals of this era. Sam Mendes' 1917 is one of the more successful and well-regarded of these entries. A big-budgeted epic that nevertheless eludes pitfalls associated with the style. The narrative of two soldiers attempting to stop military doom is tense right from the jump. The special effects are gruesomely convincing, and the long-take cinematography is absolutely breathtaking. In other words, 1917 is highly recommended.
He saved my life. Oh, I'm glad you were with him. Thank you, Will.
Number 15, The Deer Hunter.
Na zdrowie! To you, Mike.
Na zdrowie to everybody.
The Deer Hunter takes a lot of time with its characters. In fact, director Michael Cimino's perfectionist tendencies are almost enough to exclude this film from our list due to a combat-focused criteria. Then we get to the actual wartime sequences. Male friendship is a central theme within The Deer Hunter, as is the trauma many soldiers face during combat.
I do 3 bullets. 3. We do 3, huh? 1, 2, 3.
The scenes of Nick, Steven, and Mike as prisoners of the Viet Cong pull no punches with regard to dehumanization and psychological torture. The violence here is grim, a brutal reminder of the mental hurdles vets face when they return home and attempt to reintegrate into civilian life.
Come on, Mickey, come home. Just come home. Home. Talk to me.
Number 14. The Thin Red Line.
We're living in a world that's blowing itself to hell as fast as everybody can arrange it. In a situation like that, all a man can do is shut his eyes, let nothing touch him.
Director Terrence Malick's flair for compelling visuals meets highbrow narrative artistry with this 1998 war film, The Thin Red Line. Malick adapted a 1962 source novel from James Jones for what proved to be his first directed film since 1978's Days of Heaven. The end results proved to be indulgent, a lengthy film that attempts to navigate character arcs while also pontificating upon the cycles of life and death via war.
My dear wife, you get something twisted out of your insides by all this blood, filth, and noise.
Malick is aided by a cast that seems game for the task, however, including Sean Penn, Jim Caviezel, Adrian Brody, and George Clooney. The Thin Red Line is perhaps not for Malickian newcomers who should start with Badlands, but absolutely worth your time. Number 13. Letters from Iwo Jima.
花子、俺たちは掘っている。一日中、ひたすら掘り続ける。そこで戦え。そこで死ぬことになる穴。
Clint Eastwood managed to direct not one, but two separate war movies that were released back in 2006. Both films deal with the Battle of Iwo Jima from World War II, with flags of our fathers told from the Allied perspective and letters from Iwo Jima from the Japanese.
いよいよ我らの真価が問われる時が来た。日本帝国軍の一員として誇りを持って戦ってくれることと信ずる。
Audiences can view both films as one whole story, but each film works as a standalone piece. Because of its Japanese perspective, Iwo Jima may be more challenging or enlightening for some Western viewers. Critics found it compelling and thought-provoking, and the film garnered a Best Picture Oscar nomination as well as 3 others.
休んじて国に準ずるべし。世は常に諸子の先頭にあり。
Number 12. The Hurt Locker.
Want to get back?
Catherine Bigelow became the first woman to ever win a Best Director Oscar thanks to her efforts on the war film The Hurt Locker. Bigelow's action thriller follows a bomb disposal unit stationed in Iraq during the Iraq War, and the smoldering tensions that arise between new squad leader William James and his crew.
Get down!
Okay. Need your radio. Can we just shoot him?
No.
Jeremy Renner leads the cast as James, and it's these performances of Renner and his co-stars Anthony Mackie and Brian Garrity that really make The Hurt Locker shine as one of the best war films in recent memory.
Every time we go out, it's life or death. You roll the dice, and you deal with it. You recognize that, don't you?
Yeah.
Number 11. La Grande Illusion. As Maya Angelou wrote, "We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike." This humanistic sentiment is one that's central to 1937's La Grande Illusion. Director Jean Renoir and his co-screenwriter Charles Spock ensure that their characters receive a lot of light and shade to counterbalance the darkness of war. Le Grand Illusion celebrates similarities between soldiers on both sides of its World War I setting, and does so while simultaneously showcasing the inevitable violence of combat. The film's pacifist message, combined with its heavy thematic critiques of fascism, also saw Le Grand Illusion seized by officials in Nazi Germany.
Je vous demande pardon.
J'en aurais fait autant. Français ou allemand, le devoir, c'est le devoir.
Number 10. Dunkirk. Director Christopher Nolan will probably never be accused of doing anything in half measures. Fans braced themselves for greatness when it came time for the filmmaker to tackle a World War II era setting. Thankfully, 2017's Dunkirk did not disappoint, utilizing sound and mood to create an unpredictable atmosphere of tension and dread.
We know who's getting off.
You can't do that. He's French. He's on our side.
Go on. What do you got?
As soon as he pokes his head out, they'll slaughter him.
This isn't a dialogue-heavy film, but instead one that focuses upon the body language and facial expressions of its cast. Cillian Murphy, Finn Whitehead, Tom Glencarney, and even Harry Styles all bring their A-game to the table. Dunkirk is a loud film, one that should preferably be viewed on a powerful home theater system or in a real theater setting. Number 9. Full Metal Jacket.
What side was that, Private Pile?
Sir, left side, sir!
Are you sure, Private Pile?
Sir, yes, sir!
What side was that, Private Pile?
Sir, right side, sir!
Stanley Kubrick's unique and occasionally idiosyncratic style of filmmaking is set on full display here with 1987's Full Metal Jacket. The basic training setup of the film's first half takes a heavy turn around the film's halfway point, effectively setting the stage for war.
Are those live rounds?
.762 millimeter. Full Metal Jacket.
This is where Full Metal Jacket spends its second half, as these former trainees are now soldiers deep in Vietnam during the Tet Offensive. It's somewhat episodic and chaotic in execution, but also indicative of what was going on in war cinema from the 70s and 80s. The everyday horrors and unpredictability of combat are effectively laid out here in Kubrick's incomprehensibly influential style.
You want to waste her? Go on. Waste her.
Number 8. The Bridge on the River Kwai.
What have I done?
The British-American co-production has not only garnered praise from war film buffs since its original release back in 1957, but the National Film Registry, which selected the Bridge on the River Kwai for preservation for its cultural significance in the Library of Congress in 1997.
Perhaps the men don't work well without their own officers to direct them.
My officers will direct them. Your officers will walk beside them.
That's for Colonel Nicholson to decide. As he pointed out, it's against the rules.
Do not speak to me of rules!
Director David Lean helms a story of British prisoners of war who are assigned to a Japanese prison camp in Burma and are put to work constructing a bridge connecting Bangkok and Rangoon. This, despite Geneva Conventions stating that officers are exempt from such work. The result is a film of world-class acting and memorable set pieces. Number 7. The Great Escape.
Eric, have you thought how you're going to get rid of this dirt?
Yes, I have. Usual places. Hadn't anticipated 3 tunnels, but we'll manage.
Even if you've never seen 1963's The Great Escape, it's more than likely you've heard or hummed the movie's main theme. a jaunting and infectious march composed by Elmer Bernstein. Steve McQueen stars as the leader of a group of World War II POWs who are intent on digging an escape tunnel from their German concentration camp prison. McQueen's charisma is undeniable here, as is the impressive stunt work on display in the film, particularly during a death-defying motorcycle scene. This sequence has gone on to become the stuff of war movie legend and has earned The Great Escape a spot on our list.
Do you think it was worth the price?
It depends on your point of view, Henley.
Yes.
Number 6. Platoon.
There are times since I felt like the child born of those two fathers.
War is hell, and very few 80s films capture the realism of frantic combat better than films like Oliver Stone's Born on the 4th of July and Platoon. In the latter, Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, and Willem Dafoe star as soldiers stationed during the Vietnam conflict in a platoon full of wildly varied personalities and levels of morality.
Stay out of this, Elias. This ain't your show.
You ain't a firing squad, you piece of shit!
Stone's purpose in writing the film was to offer a stark contrast to the Vietnam portrayed in 1968's The Green Berets, starring John Wayne. In fact, Platoon utilized the director's own first-hand experiences as an infantryman for inspiration. The results are harrowing and haunting, making Platoon one of the finest war movies ever made. Number 5. Paths of Glory.
I'm depending on you, Colonel. All France is depending on you.
Filmmaker Stanley Kubrick may be known among his fans for his infamous 1987 Vietnam-era picture Full Metal Jacket, but the director actually worked in the war movie genre much earlier with this 1957 tale of a French battalion during World War I. Kirk Douglas stars as the troop's commanding officer, who attempts to defend his men against charges of cowardice due to their failure of what's essentially a mission of self-destruction.
The case made against these men is a mockery of all human justice. Gentlemen of the court, to find these men guilty would be a crime to haunt each of you to the day you die.
Stanley Kubrick's filmography is crowded with classics, but the anti-war flick Paths of Glory may be one of the director's more underrated efforts.
I apologize for not revealing my true feelings. I apologize, sir, for not telling you sooner that you're a degenerate, sadistic old man. And you can go to hell before I apologize to you now or ever again.
Number 4. Das Boot.
Unser Boot.
Fans may remember seeing this film as either a theatrical release or a TV miniseries, depending on where they lived. But Das Boot has continued to earn fans on home video over the years. The film was directed by Wolfgang Petersen and follows the crew of a German U-boat during World War II. Das Boot was notable for capturing not only the thrill and danger of battle, but also the dullness that came to define the often long stretches of downtime in between sporadic conflict. Add to this the memorable score by Klaus Doldinger, and you have one unique war film for the ages.
Wissen Sie was? Die sitzen im Casino und feiern unsere Versenkung! Not yet, Kameraden!
Number 3. Lawrence of Arabia.
He was the most extraordinary man I ever knew.
Did you know him well?
I knew him.
Don't let the nearly 4-hour runtime of 1962's Lawrence of Arabia dissuade you from catching this masterpiece for the first time. Director David Lean crafted a true classic with this dramatized adaptation of T.E. Lawrence's diplomatic experiences in World War I. Lawrence of Arabia features a stellar cast including Peter O'Toole, Omar Sharif, and Alec Guinness.
In their eyes, we are not soldiers, but rebels. And rebels, wounded or whole, are not protected by the Geneva Code and are treated harshly.
How harshly?
Yep, Obi-Wan Kenobi himself co-stars in this sprawling and breathtaking epic, a film full of action and visceral thrills. There's emotional depth to the picture too, however, as well as an all-time Hall of Fame score from composer Maurice Jarre. Lawrence of Arabia is the real deal.
There was something about it I didn't like.
Well, naturally.
No, something else.
I see. Well, that's all right. Let it be a warning.
No, something else.
What then?
I enjoyed it.
Number 2. Apocalypse Now.
Smell! You know that gasoline smell? The whole hill. Smells like victory.
The word epic doesn't even begin to describe this massive film from director Francis Ford Coppola and co-screenwriter John Milius. Apocalypse Now is a dark and violent thrill ride that follows Martin Sheen as Captain Benjamin Willard, a detached military man in search of a mission. That mission turns out to be an assassination attempt on a reclusive renegade colonel by the name of Kurtz. Marlon Brando's magnetic performance as the mentally unhinged Kurtz may not appear until the film's final sequences, but its immense power continues to haunt viewers to this day as one of the best war film performances ever committed to celluloid.
Horror. Horror.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Saving Private Ryan.
Stand out of your weapons. Keep those actions clear. I'll see you on the beach.
Realistic violence is a staple of war films, but not everyone was ready for the astonishing level of grit director Steven Spielberg put on screen in Saving Private Ryan. The film's opening sequence alone, which details the invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944, is a visceral gut check that places the audience directly in the middle of combat. Spielberg's film also focuses on people, however, specifically a squad whose mission is to find Private James Ryan, whose 3 brothers have perished during the conflict.
Your brothers were killed in combat.
Which ones?
All of them.
This balance of action and emotion, along with its immense critical and commercial success, more than justifies Saving Private Ryan's top position as the greatest war movie ever. Did we forget another amazing war film? Let us know in the comments below.
Americans traditionally love to fight. All real Americans love the sting of battle.